Alright, so I've got some unplayed or unreleased footage of my initial attempt to get this LTD done in the pink and blue, and I figured I'm gonna go ahead and post it. I consider them failures, but what the heck, maybe someone can learn something from it. And when I was going back through, I realized this was actually my 5th attempt at crackling this guitar. So a lot of effort, a lot of a lot of sanding, um, sanding the body back down because it just kept messing up. So and I messed up too. To be honest. Uh, Here's a quick little video of how everything turned out. There's a full video out already, but this is where we're at right now. It's too cold out to do any clear coating or anything, so they're just kind of sitting around curing. But here's the guitar now, and then I've got, I think, like two video attempts of me doing it with the VHT engine enamel as the base coat, which was when it just started screwing up for me. And I probably should have pivoted earlier, but I'm glad I waited because the way it turned out is awesome. So I really wouldn't have it any other way. But here's the headstock and here's the body now as it is and as it's going to be clear coated and as I'm extremely happy with it. And then show some footage of me attempting to do Crackle for the first couple of times and screwing up royally. Okay, so here we got the headstock. It looks orange on the video, but it is a very vibrant neon fluorescent pink with blue. It looks so killer. And of course, there's the fluorescent yellow and black Crackle that I did on my other LTD. And then here's the body. Ooh. So body looks awesome too. And then that is one, that's an old PV body that I hope to route the neck pocket a little bigger for that Jackson headstock, Jackson neck that you saw on the chair. I gotta make the neck pocket just like a millimeter or two wider to fit that neck. And I'm gonna turn it from a 21 inch or 21 fret guitar to a 24 fret guitar. Fingers crossed. It'll be my first time doing it, but I don't see a problem. I just gotta extend the neck pocket down and widen it just a little bit to make sure it's still 25.5 inch. But yeah, that thing looks awesome. So here comes video of me screwing everything up the first few times. I've officially sprayed my first Crackle guitar. It's quite the mix. See, some of these got really tiny. I don't know what's going on there. I don't know how I feel about those. Some of these are really nice and big and chunky. Some spots are still a little wet where I got real heavy with the paint. I tried to get heavy, but you know, this is what it is. See, some of these spots here, it doesn't even look like there's any cracks, which I don't know if I want to respray this sucker again, because man, this has been a headache and a half. I almost didn't do this second go, or this first go around. Second time painting the base on. I had an issue here and here come up after I got my third coat on, and I'm just hoping that those don't turn into real problems. We'll see. Right now it looks okay, but it looks pretty cool though. I did attempt to redo my headstock and I screwed that up royally, so I'm gonna have to let that dry, sand it again, and then give it a second paint attempt, or third I guess at this point. Rock and roll. Come on. Do I do it or not? Try it. Alright, well here's the finished product of the respray. All in all, I'm much happier with the outcome here than I was with the first guitar, or the first spray. What you'll see me do in the video is go back and forth with the Crackle can. For some reason, it was still, some of the cracks were still coming out really small. And I've got some spots that are, you know, over in here. All in all though, it was good, but I decided to test on the back because I had some smaller patterns on the back, and the can says you can respray to get bigger cracks, which I've tried doing in my test panels, but it hasn't been super successful. But I figured, you know, what the heck, it's gonna be on the back anyway. These were like really tiny back here, and I was able to thicken some of those up quite a bit. So I started going back around, hitting other areas. For some reason along the sides, it was really small. So I went back through, except over here. Over here looks killer. Especially on the back side, it was really tiny. So I went back and resprayed and got much better results. I'm still getting lines from my spray pattern, so I guess I'm probably not overlapping enough to cover those up. So again, it's just a technique issue that I need to correct on the next attempt. It's different doing this on a full guitar than it is on those small panels. Obviously there's a lot more to do here, and you know, I don't know, but like I said, all in all, very good. Still though, it did not turn out like the panel did. It's a lot more organic, which I'm very happy about, but still, you know, nowhere near like this. And maybe with the blue, I mean, I followed these directions, although I did a third coat, which I don't think hurt anything, because my third coat was my heaviest coat. I did 3 coats, 7-minute dry between each. Maybe with a bigger canvas, if you will, on a guitar body, I need to decrease that last dry time. I mean, I know on the blue and the black I can do it immediately. The white seems to have some weird issues, and I do like to give that a couple of minutes to start drying. But still though, a much better look than it had before. And you know, honestly, now that I'm kind of looking at this, a lot of these places where there looks like there's lines, there's actually, this might have been some of my overspray areas, but there's actually blue in the pink. So some of these sections I did go back and I tried, like up here, these were really tiny, so I came back through and tried to add some more spray. So that could be some of the overspray from my second attempts with the Crackle. The lines were still there. I think they're just a little more apparent because that pink is so, it's like a bluish pink sort of. But all in all, like I said, I'm very happy with it. It's turned out much better. So now I gotta let it dry. One other problem I did have was right here. This guy was bubbling, and I don't know why. I don't know how well this video is going to turn out with all this light. It was getting kind of puffy, and I was actually going to just pull all that paint off. I grabbed a paper towel and started dabbing it and realized I was able to push it down. So it looks looking much better now. Again, learning experiences. Testing on my little canvases compared to doing a full guitar, there's still a learning curve there that I need to figure out. I just need to do more guitars and get better at that. So here we go.